Hi, I'm Matt Casey. I'm the Senior Product Manager for RuneScape.
Can you talk about the evolution of RuneFest?
Yeah, so I think this is my fourth RuneFest, but RuneFest started back in 2010, I think. Just something like 300 players. We've seen it grow every year since. And now it's just turned into the most amazing thing I've seen this year. It's so cool. The performance last night from the Royal Philharmonic was just absolutely mind-blowing. And I think this year it's definitely the biggest one we've ever done. It's the most ambitious one. We've got the most stuff to do. But really, I mean, I remember back to the first one I went to where I'd only been Jagex for a few days at that point, and so Mr. Newbie. But I met some guys there, some players I started chatting to. I meet them here every year, and we meet them, share stories. They tell me what's going on, check in how we're doing, and like one of these guys is now one of our P mods, our player mods. They're coming to the office to see us on Monday. They're helping us with some research and stuff, and I just really look forward to seeing them every time. So yeah, shout out you guys.
Over 1,700 people here this year. What role does this play for the development team in being able to connect with players?
Yeah, I think it's a really important part of the calendar. Everybody sort of looks forward to it all year round, and it's just a time when we really just like connect with the players again on a much closer level than we're always talking to the players with the live streams and the social channels and everything like that. But I think this is the opportunity when people can really sort of share what they've done. So we've got guys like looking at the work they've done on mining and smithing at the moment, and just getting real first-hand feedback of like how does it play out? What's players' reaction to it? What happens with their faces when they see this stuff? And it's just hugely important to the development process.
When it comes to RuneFest, the other thing is you guys talk about what's next. So let's talk a little about what's next for the core game.
Yeah. So the first thing I'd say with this is we've really made an effort this year not to promise stuff that we're not going to deliver on. It's really important, and I think we've tripped over ourselves in the past by really being a bit over-ambitious sometimes and talking about stuff that's so far down the line that it sometimes hasn't materialized or it's taken too long. So this time we've really tried to stay focused on what's 100% definite commitments that's going to happen over the next few months. So we've got some really cool content coming up this winter. That's what we'll be revealing today. So we've got some really cool quests happening in the game. We've got the needle skips, which I'm really excited about. This is a really unusual, clever bit of content where players sort of unravel a murder mystery through narrative clues. Fully voice-acted quest, beautiful music, like lovely piano playing through it. It's just a really great bit of content. We've also got a Christmas bit of content coming up, and rather than go for the kind of usual seasonal event where it's kind of temporary and then it's gone, and all the kind of Santa and elf stuff, we've gone for something that is winter themed, like you see behind me, but it's a permanent quest in the game, so other players will be able to enjoy it later on. And it focuses on a really beautiful emotional story about a young girl who believes she's a baby Yeti and is brought up by a family of Yetis. So you have to sort of guide her from A to B and sort of solve puzzles along the way. So yeah, really cool. We've also got the conclusion to the Elite Dungeons trilogy coming early in the new year, which is wrapping up the whole kind of quest narrative behind the Elite Dungeons. So that's called Elite Dungeons Shadow Reef. And that features the boss encounter with the Ambassador, which is a really amazing looking creature that was introduced into we talked about it a couple of years, but hasn't actually made it into the game yet. So hugely excited for that one as well. We've also got the mining and smithing rework that's been so long coming, but guys, we've really tried to work to get that right. So we've done put the legwork in on the testing and the balancing and everything. So we think we've got something that's going to work for the long-term future of the skills in the game. But there's also stuff there for players that are already sort of reached level 99 in those skills. So that's going to be really important too. And then there's mobile. So yeah, this is the big one for us. We're really thrilled about this. So on Monday, we're launching the members-only beta test on Android devices for RuneScape, and this is we've done some tests so far on the work that we've done to optimize the user interface and the systems in the game so it works well. And this is our first chance to really see how that plays out, to a bigger audience and get the feedback to see what work we still need to do before we can go to the full-scale launch. But huge excited about that. We've got people in the mobile mountain there playing it at the moment, so we're getting a lot of really cool feedback.
What impact do you feel mobile having on this franchise moving forward?
It's so important to us, and I think it all stems back to where RuneScape started for players. So people who took up the game, maybe whether it was school, in the IT labs or whatever it was, through college, and they've kind of grown with the game. They've grown up with it. But people's lives have changed. They're busier. They've got other commitments now. So really, it's about us making the game available to them in a way that suits them now. So mobile is the obvious solution if you've got less time. But rather than some sort of cut down smaller version of the game, what our players really wanted was the full thing. They wanted the whole game there. They wanted everything, but to be able to do it on mobile screens. So we've gone for a fully cross-platform interoperable experience between PC and mobile, so you can play at home on the PC, then you can take it with you can take it on the bus, you can take it to whatever you're doing, or just sit on the sofa and skill away or do whatever. But yeah, it's really a really big opportunity for us. We'll be seeing players come back to RuneScape, some who've had a long break maybe. We've seen this happen with old school as well, so I'm hugely excited about that.